There's a interesting anecdote, a story that comes in, and I read it in Shri Aurobindo's writings. Once he was meditating. I think he or the mother, who was his spiritual consort, I think she was meditating on Shri Aurobindo, and this meditating on the problem that why is there poverty, and then he goes to a certain realm, okay, and I'm just telling it as it is written, okay, goes to a certain realm and then sees that there is a huge amount of wealth kept in that realm, and they ask, but there are Nagas, 2 or 3 Nagas who are guarding that wealth, okay. And then they ask them that why is not this released to the world, because there are people who suffer from etc. And they say that there's a price for this. There are certain base human instincts, until you overcome them, this will not come to you, which means that poverty is always going to exist. And he writes that down. Any other person would have told me this, I would have perhaps thought that it's his imagination or something. But Shri Aurobindo was a very evolved yogi. Okay, he is not the kind of the mother that to make up something like that. But that also ties with some other colloquial stories that in local languages, in local different parts of India we have, which mentions that Nagas sometimes guard wealths and very rare treasures. It could be a physical treasure. Wealth means there are different categories of wealth in the world. One is the money. Money is the easiest form of wealth, but there are precious gems. There are some kind of hidden stones or things like that. So they may guard those wealth so that it doesn't fall into the hands of undeserving or something like that. See, snakes have this thing. Snakes, there are 2 types. One is the evolved snakes, and then there are the lower category of snakes which are which are not particularly favored, by the way. For example, we have this, we get from the texts the story that Rishi Kashyapa had 2 wives, Diti and Aditi, and from one the gods were born, Devatas were born, and from one the lower beings were born. So one of them had children who were snakes. So one of the things the normal snake has is that snake has jealousy. Jealousy means no. Let's take it as a symbolism. I'm not saying that in a specific that a snake has jealousy. No, the snake symbolizes at the lower realm that clinging to something. Why is that person getting it? Mere ko kyun nahi mil raha hai? That sense is symbolized by snake. I'm not saying that actually snake has that feeling of love or jealousy, but snake's presence, ordinary snake's presence, can indicate at the negative sense jealousy. And this is exactly the doshas that reflect into the horoscope when there are Naga, Sarpa doshas, etc. and many other things. It causes problems of, as I was saying, whether somebody is not able to get married or not happy or things like that. And there's no amount of upasana of normal deities who are going to cure you of that. Because you have done some karmas in past with respect to snakes or something. And often it happens that if you kill snakes, it can manifest more strongly. If not in this lifetime, then in other lifetimes.
Okay.